what's good, fellas? We are back with the special edition. We have a mock draft edition. We're kind of joining up Blessing Podcast with me. Got Evo with me from Madden Guardians. How you doing, man?
I'm good, Doc. Appreciate to be along for the ride, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. And I also got CG,
What's
the young
going?
goat with me. What's good, man? How you feeling?
What's good? What's good? Hey, same here, man. Definitely happy to come on, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited to talk some draft with everybody.
Sir, it is that time of the year. We got the mock draft coming. Leagues are rebooting. I believe, Evo, you got Madden Guardians coming up with the reboot too, based off of this draft, man. So we got some exciting things coming, man.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL draft is one of the most exciting times of the year. It's where every single team in the league, every single team is relevant. Every single team has hope, right? They have these new players coming in, reviving their team, giving them some new juice, some young talent. So it's just one of those times where it's just so fun to try and predict who's going to go where, the best fits, all of that good stuff. And then me personally, I like to do a little reboot after the draft with the rookies on their team. So we'll be running a PS5 league with that. Doc was heavily involved with it, dude. He's a great guy, great member. So I'm just excited to be a part of this mock draft, man. It's my first one. So if I make a bad pick, don't flame me too hard. You can bully me a little bit, but just not too bad, okay?
Yeah, man. And CG, I appreciate you taking time, man. You real busy. Shows going on. I know you working with SPA, Madden Elite, GG's, Maddenverse, man. You know, catch me up, man. What's going on with you these days?
Hey, man, we doing a lot. You know, as you spoke about there, just got partnered up with Madden Elite every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Y'all can be tuned in for that. We working with Gridiron Generals, Trench Warfare, all the different leagues for the Maddenverse. We're working over there. And, of course, like you said, SPA. Shout out Mostradamus, all the great guys over there, you know. And it's definitely been fun, you know, reaching some new leagues, working with some new people. And, you know, we're definitely in for some big things soon.
Yeah, man. That's
that kid's
up,
special.
Man.
CG is special, man. He's special. Tune in. If you like football, if you like Madden, if you like entertainment, dude, tune in, man. He's awesome. Special dude.
It's a vibe, for real. So, but yeah, man. So this is how we're going to do this, man. We'll kick it off. We'll kind of alternate picks, and if we kind of come to a tiebreaker, so we'll kind of talk it out then. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some disagreements with this thing, but I'll kick it off with the first pick, man. And I think pretty much all got a consensus that it's going to be Trevor Lawrence, right?
100%.
I think we're all in agreement with that one, man.
100%.
And I don't think there's any way that you don't take this guy. I mean, come on. Man, the man is a national champion. Dude is a hell of a quarterback, and I would say a true modern quarterback in the sense that he has the ability to, you know, move out of the pocket and run with the ball. I don't think there's any arguments for this one.
Absolutely.
All right, so we are locked.
He already has the playbook, so yes, we got to lock that. He already has.
All right, so we are locked. Trevor Lawrence, pick number 1, and I don't think there was any surprise there. So moving on to pick number 2, and Evo, you want to take this one?
So before I make this pick, I just got to clarify: is this a predictive mock where we're guessing what the teams are going to do, or is this a what we would do mock where we pick who we think is best? Because that would affect my answer here.
I'm thinking here we do more predictive. Who you think is going to go there?
Predictive mock. Okay, then it has to be Zach Wilson out of BYU. And that man has been soaring up draft boards. He is phenomenal. The way that he can make these off-balance throws, his arm is like a slingshot, dude. No matter how he's doing, no matter his mechanics, he can make a dime, an absolutely perfect pass. I think he also has the New York he has the New York mentality. He has the personality to play there in a really tough situation. He's used to playing with nobody around him, and his talent on his team is always worse than the others. That's what he's coming into the NFL with the Jets, right? It's going to be a rebuild. It's going to be a hard first year. I think Zach Wilson's the guy.
All right, Doc, any opinions on that?
I love the take, but I got to go with Justin Fields, man.
I don't know.
So I'm telling you, this kid, Justin Fields, he has that X factor. Patrick Mahomes has it. So Russell had it. He has the ability to extend plays and make things happen. And to be honest, the Jets need somebody that has that confidence and that attitude that's going to extend plays and make things happen when it all falls down. I think Justin Fields is the guy for the New York Jets. CG, what's the tiebreaker though, man?
Oh my God, man. Y'all are giving me some tough picks because really, I've been really keeping up with the mock drafts, and I feel like every single time, you know, a new week comes around, something changes, we do a new draft. Every time I flip and flop between Zach Wilson and Justin Fields going number 2. But for this one, man, I got to go with Evo, man. I like Zach Wilson over there, and we know 100%, I think we say with 100% confidence, the Jets are taking a QB at number 2. No doubt about it. They already traded away Darnold. No doubt about it. A QB is going off the board right here. But for me, it's going to be Zach Wilson, man. And I won't give too many spoilers just yet, but on my mock draft, I got Fields dropping quite a bit. But for now, got Zach Wilson going at number 2.
Yeah, Doc, if it was what I would do mock, I agree. I think I think Fields is the guy, but I think the Jets organization, I think they already are sold on Wilson. I think that's what made him trade Darnold. So I think predict the pick, man.
All
right, so number 3 pick heads my way. And now for those who don't know, the Niners actually traded up for this pick, traded away from Miami. And listen, man, I think there's a lot of guys that could go off the board right here. And I feel like this is one of the, usually when you get these earlier picks, you really know what kind of position they're going for. But I feel like the Niners really kind of have an open book here with what position they're going to take. But for me, I'm going to take a lower guy on the board here. And for number 3, I got the Niners taking Mac Jones.
Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it.
And well, what you think, man?
So I think Mac Jones is a smokescreen, man. I think I get high completion percentage, smart player. You don't trade up to 3. You don't give up 3 first-round picks to get Mac Jones. You don't need to go up that high for him. So I mean, while it's a big possibility, and I've heard Shanahan really likes him, I've seen all the reports about how they've been going to him. I just don't know. I don't know how you can be as smart as Shanahan is and trade up to 3 for Mac Jones when you have Justin Fields and Trey Lance on the board.
Who you taking at 3?
Me? I would do Fields. I would do Fields if it was me personally, but I mean, yeah, CG got the pick. He picked up Mac Jones, yeah.
We're gonna roll with Mac Jones, but I'm gonna be honest. I think Trey Lance is going 3. I think, like you said, I think it's the most screen. I think Trey Lance is gonna go to the 49ers, but
okay.
I'm okay with Mac Jones too, though.
Okay, and this really shows you right here how much confusion there really is at who's going to be taken at this pick. You see, and I know for a fact, I know Evo and Doc, I know they know their football, man, and all of us have different picks here, but because it's my pick, I'm taking Mac Jones here, man. I'm taking Mac Jones.
Any of the 3 quarterbacks could go. It's a legitimate possibility that all 3 of them could go based on what we know. So it's just a shot in the dark, a dart on the dartboard. You know, it's a tough one.
All right, and Doc, we're going back to you for pick number 4, Atlanta.
Ooh, another tough one.
So, this is my team right here. I think I know they want to pull Matt Ryan air out, shoot for a bowl and go get Kyle Pitts, but I gotta disagree with him, man. I really think that, you know, the smoke screen is, and whoever drops out of those top guys, that's who Atlanta's gonna pick up. I think they go get the quarterback to go ahead and start that rebuild process. Especially with the new rumors talking about Julio maybe leaving some cap trouble. So I'm gonna be real, you know, looking at the board, I would say Zach Wilson. But he's already going to the Jets, so I gotta go Justin Fields right here.
Ooh, taking a QB.
Look at Georgia, man.
All right, Evo, can we get the pick?
I like that pick. I like that pick a lot. I think it's picking for the future. It's insanely smart. He can sit behind Ryan for a year and learn. Because here's the biggest thing about Ryan, right, is his cap pen gets ridiculous. I think next year, I think it's $40 million. And if you trade him or cut him, you save half of that. You save $20 million. That's like what Khalil Mack's getting paid. Like, that is a premier player that you could acquire with that cap. So I think that you're not going to be picking this high again. You know, I know that the GM wants to go a quarterback. I know the coach wants to keep Ryan, but I think a quarterback's the move. I honestly think that it would be the smartest move for the Falcons.
Okay, and I mean, my pick doesn't matter at this point because we already got 2 picks here for Justin Fields, was it correct?
Yeah, man, Justin Fields.
So both you guys are for Justin Fields here at number 4.
Yep.
Okay, well, listen, My vote doesn't matter, but listen, I'm taking Kyle Pitts. No doubt about it. And I'll tell you why. Matt Ryan, as you said, he's still on his contract. And yes, you can cut him and save some money, but there is still money that he has to be paid guaranteed. So for me, I'd rather keep Matt Ryan on the roster and able to at least have some kind of value from him than cut him and have to pay him anyways, like the Carson Wentz Eagles situation. I don't want that. For me, I don't want my quarterback like Justin Fields sitting behind Matt Ryan for 2 years, just not having an impact. So I'm taking Kyle Pitts. I think him with this Atlanta offense, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, and Todd Gurley, all those guys, I think adding a guy like Kyle Pitts, and this is a guy who I believe is going to be a once-in-a-generation talent. And I think picking him up on that offense would be a scary sight. But, hey, man, I got outruled on this one. So Justin Fields going at number 4.
My only question on that, right? I totally agree. Matt Ryan can still sling it. That offense would be insanely cool. If you have Kyle Pitts, now instead of losing 30-40, you're now losing 40-50 because that defense is terrible. But my question is, with the Falcons, are you winning a Super Bowl in the next 2 to 3 years with Matt Ryan by getting Pitts? If the answer is no, you got to go QB. And with how bad that defense has been and how underperforming that whole team has been, I just don't know if I can say that they're going to win a Super Bowl in the next 3 years. So, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like,
I
like you want to believe in the guy.
I definitely get that.
It's tough.
For me, I feel like Kyle Pitts is a once-in-a-generation talent. I mean, you're looking at a guy here who's 6'5", running as fast as a guy like Marquise Goodwin. This is a 6'5" dude running as fast as the quickest receivers in the league. Not to mention, he's got a huge body. He's got great hands. And the dude can block when he's that big. For me, you're not going to win a Super Bowl with the guy and with Matt Ryan. But for me, playing for the future, I think there's going to be some other quarterbacks in later drafts that meet the par that Justin Fields is being held to right now. So for me, I think you take Kyle Pitts and you play for the future.
I respect it. Good takes all around. Good takes all around.
Now, Evo, it's your pick, and something I want to mention real quick is that these next 2 teams are teams that most people would believe that they don't need quarterbacks, and I feel that both these teams here are going to draft a receiver, at least on my draft. Now, the question here is there's 2 teams drafting back-to-back, and there's 2 really good receivers on the board here. So I'm interested to see, Evo, because you'll be calling the pick first. Which of these receivers you're going to be having going first?
Yeah. So if it was if I was picking as the Bengals GM, I'm picking Sewell. That would be my pick. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I don't think that they protect Burrow, which in my eyes is dumb. You got to protect Burrow, 1. You saw what happened to him last year. 2, your highest paid offensive player is Joe Mixon. Get him some blockers. Get him some running lanes. Not only does it help Burrow, but it helps your run game as well. So I don't know how they don't go offensive line here. Either Sewell or Slater both would be phenomenal. But from the reports I'm seeing, Burrow's lobbying for Jamar Chase. I think that they go Jamar Chase. I really think that they do based on Burrow and based on how the reports have been kind of coming out. So I think it's Jamar Chase here.
Okay, well, I mean, we got, and there's not too much to say right there, Evo. You hit it right on the money right there. I'm going Jamar Chase here. So there you go, Jamar Chase going at number 5 to Cincinnati. And you look at this, Kyle Pitts still on the board at number 6.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, this one's going to be my pick here. And listen, I could definitely see the Dolphins taking Kyle Pitts at number 6. But for me, listen, it sounds good, but they already have Mike Gesicki on the roster. It would be nice to have a nice little tight end duo, but is there really a need for 2 of them? In today's league, I really don't think so. So for me, my pick right here is for the Heisman winner. And I'm going Devonta Smith at number 6.
Ooh. That's hard to argue with, man. That one there is hard to argue with. Now, Kyle Pitts being on the board, I feel like for everything that you said, it's Falcons take. I think that's why Miami takes Kyle Pitts there, regardless of Mike Gesicki. Dominant, nice, that's cool, but Kyle Pitts is different. But Devonta Smith with Tua, man, I think that's man, I didn't think about that actually. Evo, think about that one.
And a Florida guy too. Just to mention, Kyle Pitts, a Florida guy. So, I mean,
yeah. I think if it was a creative play caller, Kyle Pitts is the move, right? Because you can do 2 tight end sets. You can motion Pitts out to be a wide receiver. I mean, Pitts is already a better blocker than Gesicki is in my eyes. So you could just do so much more. You could open so much. But I don't know if the Dolphins have that kind of creative play caller. So I could definitely see Smith being the pick here and still working out for him, really.
Okay, so what's the call? What's the call, Evo? I gotta hear.
Smith. Yep. Let's
Smith.
go. Log it in.
All right. So Smith going in the top 10. I know a lot of people didn't expect him to go that quick, but here we got him going there. So now we drop down to number 7. We got the Detroit Lions, and Doc, this will be your call to start us off.
All right, so this pick here is very interesting. This is where the Lions are kind of in a tough spot. Don't necessarily need a lot right here. I mean, they need a lot, but it's not enough to reach anybody. And I think this is where you see something like a trade up, like the Patriots or something like that. I would see them trade up to go get like a Trey Lance or whoever, or Max Wilson, Mac Jones. I would see the Patriots trading up for this pick in real life. But, looking at this mock, I would have to go, man. If that doesn't happen, I would have to go with, and I guess get some block for him. Jalen Waddle, if he didn't get hurt, would easily be in this spot right here. I would have to go through if they don't trade up. If the Patriots don't trade up with another team that trade up.
Okay, Evo, I gotta hear your take. You're up next, man.
I like the pick a lot. Sewell, I think, has the highest ceiling of any of the offensive linemen in this class. I think Slater is a better day one starter, like a lot of people think. I agree with that. I think that he's a good guy to pick now. He has a very high ceiling. You're not gonna win now. I'm sorry. You got Goff. That defense is pretty bad. So I think Sewell's a great pick here. You get to develop him for a year, and it's a pick for the future. And it's not a flashy one, but yeah, if you don't trade down, which would be the ideal scenario, then yeah, definitely Sewell. I think that's the way to go.
All right, and my vote's going the same way. Just brought in a young talent at QB and Jared Goff, and give him some protection, man. So Sewell coming off the board at number 7, and we're gonna move over to Evo here for pick number 8. It'll be Carolina.
Yeah, so we talked about protect your young QB, right? Well, I don't know if you heard, but the Carolina Panthers have a young QB, and Sam Darnold. I mean, this guy was just not starting with any talent or any coaching in New York, right? The Jets treat him like trash. So now he comes in, Matt Rule, Joe Brady, good coaching. You have great playmakers, CMC, Moore. I mean, this team is awesome. The only thing that I think could get better is the O-line. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to pick up Rashawn Slater out of Northwestern, and we're going to solidify the O-line and protect Sam Darnold for the future.
Oh, man. On the money again. I completely agree. Can't say it better.
Okay, well, listen. My pick was actually going a different way, but obviously we see it right there. Rashawn Slater going off the board. But I'm just going to say it real quick. I was looking for a cornerback here for Carolina, and I was definitely thinking Patrick Surtain right here. Because, I mean, you look at the dude. He's such a phenomenal talent. Of course, will be a second-generation NFL player. Of course, his father played some time for the Dolphins. Phenomenal cornerback. And this dude, such an athletic guy. He's speedy. He can play man. He can play zone. You could even move him at safety. And I personally think he'll be a little undersized, but I think the man has the tackling ability to play some sub-linebacker. But nonetheless, I would have took Patrick Surtain. But you heard the guys. Rashawn Slater, back-to-back old lineman here going, and that will move us over to pick number 9, where we will get the Denver Broncos. Now, this one's interesting for me because the Broncos are another one of those teams where you really don't know where they're going to go with this. And something interesting to talk about here, we're on pick 9, and Pitts is still on the board. Pitts is still on the board, man, but I don't think the Broncos are the team to take him. I don't think they are. I'll obviously call the first pick here, and my take here, pick 9 is my take is Trey Lance. I'm taking Trey Lance, and I know they have Drew Lock, but I don't have confidence in him. And I know we seen 2 seasons ago, he played like the final 5 or 6 weeks and definitely showed some signs of greatness there. But from what I saw from him last season, wasn't enough for me to think Denver will stick with him. So my pick here is going to Trey Lance.
I like it. I love that pick. Great pick.
I don't think they're impressed with Drew Lock. I don't think he showed up like he should have. And Trey Lance, man, if you ever if you actually just watch his film, he's dirty, man. I think that Denver needs that kind of spark. So I completely agree with this pick.
All right, so there you go. Trey Lance heading over to Denver, coming in at pick number 9. And Doc, we're gonna go back to you here for pick number 10. Who you got the Cowboys taking here?
And at pick number 10, Cowboys fans, they can finally rejoice. They're going to get a strong DP. And it's not Patrick Surtain. It's J.C. Horn out of South Carolina. I've got this guy as the top DB in the class. And I'm a Bama guy. Patrick Surtain is the man. J.C. Horn, talent-wise, physicality, he reminds me of a Jalen Ramsey. I think that the Dallas Cowboys need somebody like that on the team, just to kind of slide in and be a day one starter. I'm going to take some more right here.
All right, and I definitely agree with that pick, man. But you look at the board here, and there's 3 really solid corners here. Of course, you've seen J.C. Horn out of South Carolina. Patrick Surtain still on the board in our draft. And you see, if you look down there at the number 16, Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech. Another phenomenal cornerback, and that's another corner I could see Carolina taking as well, just because Surtain has had a little bit of injury problems there. But I definitely agree with the pick. I like J.C. Horn here.
Bam, bam, lock it in.
All right.
Pitts could have gone at 10 too. If they don't go defense, but I think that offense has enough firepower. When Dak's healthy, he throws for like 400 yards. So shore up the defense that gives up 45 points a game. I'm down for that.
Okay, now we're heading back over to Evo for pick number 11. New York Giants here. What you got for me, Evo?
So I think that this pick right here is a match made in heaven. I get that Waddle's on the board. I get he's tempting. I like that wide receiver room how it is. I get Pitts is on the board. You have Evan Ingram. It could be a big upgrade. Oh man, do I go Pitts? Oh, I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna go Micah Parsons. I think Micah Parsons out of Penn State is such a good pick for the Giants because his skill set is amazing. He's a big guy. He's a thumper. He can block. He can disrupt run games, right? And the biggest thing is he can rush the passer too. I was watching some film breakdown on the Giants when they played the Seahawks, right? What they did is they took their inside linebackers and they said, hey, you guys are the QB contained. Wait for Russ to get out of the pocket and you take him down. And it worked like a charm. So they have experience blitzing some random linebackers when they really shouldn't be. And I think he would just be so phenomenal in that scheme that really showed to work for him against good competition.
Okay.
I know it's kind of out there, but
that's quite the hot take right there. Now the reason why I don't. What'd you say, Doc? My fault.
Yeah, we got to take this one to trial, man. Go ahead.
Okay, and Doc, what was Doc? Do we got your pick in just yet?
And I disagree with this one. I can go last. I can keep it to you now. Michael Parsons, man. Michael Parsons, to me, I think is going to drop.
Yeah, no doubt.
I feel like he's unpolished at his position. He started off as a rusher. He was recruited as a rusher, edge rusher. That's how he plays at the linebacker spot. So he doesn't really know how to square up and shed a block really. So I think in the NFL, he's going to be kind of dominated in the run game. But like Evo said, I think his skill set and athleticism is going to make up for a lot of that, kind of like Isaiah Simmons from Clemson. But I think him going to top 15 like that, I think he's going to drop just because of his inexperience at his position.
Okay, so I need the pick here, Doc.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, so at 11, man, I got him going Jalen Phillips. I got him going Jalen Phillips out of Miami.
Ooh.
That kid can be the next J.J. Watt. Nobody's coming off the edge like that.
Okay, and I think we're going to get a three-way tie here because my pick was, and listen, I like to take a Micah Parsons, but like he said, it's a little too early. And also, Blake Martinez is already on the roster, and the dude is a tackling machine. So, listen, I like putting in a second linebacker there, but I'm not doing it. My pick would have been for Jalen Waddle. So listen, three-way
like
different. It rocks
like
with
that.
Evos, I think.
I can swap out. I can swap out. Yeah, no. If we got 2 contests against me, I totally agree. We'll swap out. I'll do Waddle. I'll do Waddle over Phillips. I think Phillips is just too much of a concern. You can't do the 11th overall pick on a injury prone guy.
We got a lot of off-field stuff, injuries that I'm telling you, talent-wise is there. And like you said, Evo, he's got a lot of stuff to think about. But Jalen Waddle, man, that's my guy. People said Wise, he's like an OBJ, really. He's nasty. So yeah, I'm cool with Waddle.
Okay, so we're on to pick number 12, and I gotta pick from my own team here, Philadelphia Eagles. And keep in mind, they did have that Miami pick up at number 6 with a chance to draft either a quality receiver or a quality corner, because in my opinion, as an Eagles fan, those are their 2 biggest needs. So obviously they traded down to number 12. Miami moves up, and now got pick number 12. And for me, I'm going corner. And I'm going with Patrick Surtain right here.
Third.
Oh.
And
Hey,
listen, and Kyle Pitts dropping, man. I actually, come on. I can't let Pitts go past 12. I can't let Pitts go past 12. This is my take right here. Eagles getting Pitts at number 12. I doubt he falls that far. But
I kind of forgot who's still on the board at 8 for the Panthers. Dude, Pitts is a lock, an absolute lock here.
All right, so are we all good on this Pitts pick over here, number 12?
Yeah, we just got to do the man just get him off the board. Even though I think
and listen, most likely losing Zach Ertz in the near future. This will be a good pickup, and already Dallas Goedert, another pretty solid tight end on the roster. So, listen, man, I will not complain a bit if Pitts gets it and makes his way over to Philly.
Something to think about too is this wide receiver, tackle, and corner class is pretty deep, right? And so you can get a good corner with your 2nd round pick, and there's not too much of a drop off really from the top guys. And there's a lot of really good guys, and you're probably gonna pick up one with the 2nd round pick. But tight ends, I mean, you have Pitts and I mean, there's some question marks. You have Freiermuth and Tommy Tremble, who are good, but I think the drop off's just bigger at tight end than it is at corner. So I think Pitts has to be the move here. Get corner in the 2nd.
Okay, so we're moving back over to Doc here for pick number 13. Who you got the Chargers taking?
This is a boring pick. I mean, it's straightforward. Let's keep the young train rolling with young Herbert. I think you got to get some protection for the man. So my man Christian Darrisaw out of Virginia Tech, got to go there.
Okay, and I agree with this one, man. And I actually, you seen there, we had the pick. We had Rashawn Slater drop down all the way to 8. And listen, me personally, on my mock draft, I had the Chargers taking Slater at 13. So for us to have him go that early was a shocker, but I agree. Got to take the next best man, and I think Darrisaw is definitely the guy here.
I might look at corner if I'm the Chargers, just because that secondary is looking kind of leaky to me now, especially with Hayward gone.
And here, Surtain's still on the board, as well as Caleb Farley, so some good corners here.
I think that they would definitely think about it, but I think Darrisaw's a good pick. Definitely a good pick. Can't go wrong.
All right, so Christian Darrisaw going, and Evo, we move back to you for this Vikings pick here at number 14.
Oh man, I'm gonna get blasted again. Okay, So the Vikings defense was absolutely terrible last year, specifically their pass rush, right? And I get Danielle Hunter had a neck injury. Totally get it, didn't play. Even with him in, that man is only so good. You need a number 2 pass rusher. And I think the one that goes, I know Jalen Phillips looks nice, but I don't think you need high ceiling. You have high ceiling with Danielle Hunter. I think you need consistent and reliable. So I think Kwity Paye is the pick to the Vikings right here at pick 14.
Okay, I mean, I was expecting an offensive lineman to go right here. I was thinking Tevin Jenkins at O tackle, but Doc, you're going to be the tiebreaker here. What are the thoughts?
I'm similar, man. I got to get some more line, man, for that offense. The offense is rolling.
Yeah, and with a back like Dalvin Cook, too, you definitely want to upgrade that line.
Yeah, sorry, Evo.
Oh, no, 2 in a row. Oh, man.
All right, so we're in agreement here. Tevin Jenkins going at 14. So take that man off the board, and now we're going to head back to me here for pick 15. And this is a very important pick right here for New England. And just for the record, I had Justin Fields going at 15 here to New England, which I know sounds crazy, but I had it happening. So for me, obviously, there's still some QBs on the board, but you can see there's not really any up here up top. So for me personally, I don't think it's worth taking a QB here at 15. But I like a defensive pick here 100%. I think it's either gonna be a linebacker or a cornerback. But I think, and I know, Evo, you like Parsons, but I think 15 is a little too soon. So right here is where I'm gonna put Caleb Farley, a great cornerback, a speedy guy, great coverage. And he does a pretty decent job covering the runs as well. I was watching him a little bit, watching some tape, and you see whenever they call those outside runs, he's great at blocks and making open tackle plays. So my pick here is going to go for Caleb Farley.
Hey,
So my only thing is, I get that they're looking to trade Gilmore. You have Gilmore, you have J.C. Jackson. Or sorry, not J.C. Jackson. Wait. Time out. What's the guy's name? Isn't it J.C. Jackson?
I believe it is.
It is J.C. Jackson. Yeah, he was great last year. So you already have a strength at corner, and I get that it would be a pick for the future, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I would go corner here if I'm the Pats. You have a good line.
Parsons on the board too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, and the thing is, with Parsons, he could be used like a Kyle Van Noy, where he plays coverage, he blitzes, he's one of those chess pieces that Bill could really use that I think would be fun. But I think my pick here would honestly be Rashad Bateman. I think that they need wide receiver help. I don't think Nelson Aguilar is it. I think that they're tired of having a bad offense, and I think that they go offense and hope that their defense bounces back.
Aguilar is terrible. Well, so this one we got to kind of unpack. I think both of those are great picks. I think the Patriots could use both of those. On my mock, I had them going Mac Jones right here. But based off of what we have here, I think Caleb Farley's going to drop. Injuries, his back surgery is kind of scaring away a lot of people with Bolden did. Which I think he kind of bounced back from score strong enough to. We're talking DB, I would go Patrick Surtain, but if we're talking about chess pieces, I would go with one of the guys for the defense, either Jalen Phillips or Mike Parsons here. I think Rashad Bateman might be a little bit of a reach. I think if I'm gonna go with my official pick, based off of what we got on the board right here, I would still go Jalen Phillips. I know I'm high on this kid.
They do need edge. Yeah.
So
they have Chase Winovich, and that's about it.
And I'll tell you why I don't like Rashad Bateman. Nelson Aguilar comes in the offseason. And I think bringing in him, he kind of fills the role that Bateman would have had. Obviously, younger guy, play for the future. But I can rock with the Jalen Phillips pick here because we did have a three-way tie. I'm going to rock with the Jalen Phillips pick. So the D-end out of Miami coming off the board here, heading over to New England to pair up with Chase Winovich. And this pick goes back to you, Doc, over at 16. We got Arizona.
Well, one more thing on the Patriots, man. People forget it. Before Cam Newton had COVID, they were actually rolling between the offensive coordinator and him actually running the ball. Like, they were actually able to drive the ball and score. It's not necessarily that he's an amazing receiver. So I think Patriots so far with the pick here is going to be interesting to see. I think Bateman's going to go a little deeper.
Okay.
But yeah, with the Cardinals, man, Patrick Surtain, keep the man off the board. Somebody's got to help with Baker. We're going to see the thing.
Okay, and I got nothing else to say. I completely agree with you, Evo. Any debate here?
Cardinals are running up to the podium to make this pick. They are astounded that he's still here.
Yeah, and so we got Surtain here going down to 16, and on my mock I had him going as early as even 8 or 9, maybe even earlier. But Surtain here goes at 16, and we're gonna go over to Evo here for pick 17, Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, this is a tough pick. I mean, the Raiders, they trade away their entire line. So lineman's looking really good. But when it comes to best player available, they might need edge too, but I just don't know if an edge player fits them super well. I don't know, man. This is a super tough pick. I could go Elijah Vera Tucker. You know, I think that the Raiders are going to go. Let's do that. I think the Raiders are going to go Elijah Vera Tucker. I think they're going to try and shore up that O-line after they traded away literally everyone. So, I think he's my pick. Elijah Vera Tucker.
I can't disagree with that one. Who do they have outside of do not be surprised how his name Mike Mayock does do some weird stuff in the draft. So I would not be surprised if some guy with the logical things like this stuff.
Okay, so my pick here actually was on my mock. I had Micah Parsons going right here at 17.
Yeah, something like that.
But hey, man, majority rules. We got Elijah Vera Tucker coming off the board at 17. And this one will be my pick right here. It'll be the Miami Dolphins. So we've seen they had a pick earlier. Wide receiver was one of the big needs. Get it off the board here. And for me, my pick right here, and I don't know, I'm going to struggle to say his name here, but Azeez Ojulari out of Georgia, this outside linebacker, this dude is a beast. And listen, I'm not going to say too much, but this is going to be my pick right here. I think he needs some edge pressure and to add on to that defense, and I think Azeez is the guy to go with right here.
Well, what you got?
I like it. I'm not Azeez. They do need edge. I don't know too much about that prospect in particular, but I have heard very good things about him. So yeah, Azeez Ojulari, let's lock it in, dude. I'm down.
All right, and something I just want to mention here. Obviously, we still have Parsons on the board. I think we've gone through, I believe, the last 2 or 3 teams in a row here were all teams in need of linebackers, but we have none of them taking him so far. So still on the board there. So Azeez Ojulari coming off here at number 18. And we will go back to you, Doc, for pick number 19. Going to be the Washington football team. What you got for me?
Yeah, the Azeez pick, that's kind of interesting, man. I had him going a little deeper. It's kind of getting tricky out here, man. I think Washington could use it kind of either play to their strength and get another guy for the defense, but I really think they need O-line. Something's got to give with that offense. Somebody, they need help. So I got them going with maybe like a guy out of Texas, Cosme, I believe, the big guy out of Texas.
Okay.
I got them going O-line just because they gotta have some type of tackle, to kind of help protect, the pass.
Well, I'm gonna go a different route here, and I'm going linebacker, and I'm going with the guy out of Notre Dame. It's gonna be Jeremiah Owusu-Karamoah, and that is my pick. I like a linebacker here at 19, and you see Washington runs a 4-3, so I think picking up an extra linebacker here would definitely be the best move, as well as you see them run a lot of nickel packages, so I could see them using him as well, maybe even throwing him at safety to play a little bit over there, because the guy does have the speed to play over there. But yeah, that's going to be my pick.
Hey, I actually like that pick. That guy's an athletic freak. He's kind of like J.C. Horn in this class. I got him as really, I think he's the top linebacker in the class. Based off of his athleticism and physicality. Washington could definitely use that. It just depends on what they go with on strength. So I'm definitely not mad at that pick. If we come to a tiebreaker, I can rock with that.
All right, so yeah. Evo is going to be the tiebreaker right here. What are we thinking?
This is tough. I do agree that they do need offensive line help. But I mean, and the thing is with JOK is they kind of have Landon Collins kind of playing that role of like a not big enough to be a linebacker, but not really playing over top. Right? I get JOK can play safety, he can play nickel, he can play as like the slot cornerback. I get he can play anywhere, but he's not a true Mike linebacker, right? He's a weak side linebacker. So I feel like they kind of already have that with Collins, but JOK I think has to be the pick. And also, now I'm not the only one who got their pick revoked. So, boom, JOK, let's lock it in.
All right, there we go. So, JOK going off at 19, and we go back over to Evo here for pick number 20.
Oh, the Bears. They were pretty bad, pretty bad. Looking at the QBs on the board, I don't like any of them in the first round here. The only one I would maybe think about would be Kellen Mond. I'm not super big on Mills, so I think I'm going to wait on QB, rock with Foles. That O-line was so bad last year. So bad. I mean, you could have put anyone behind him and they wouldn't have succeeded. So I think we got to address the O-line. And looking at who is on the board, I like Cosme. I think we take the tackle out of Texas. We just take him one pick later. I like Cosme here.
Okay.
I can dig that. I would not be surprised if they go to the Allen Robinson deal. I can see a guy like Terrence Marshall going off right here on Dayton. But definitely, I like the Cosme pickup.
Okay, and I was as well thinking offensive tackle. I was actually thinking Leatherwood. But listen, I'm all right with Cosme. Cosme's a big dude. That's the kind of guy you want over there off that edge protecting you.
Maybe I'm just personally down on Leatherwood. He has slow feet. I feel like quicker guys can get around him on the edge. And so I feel like when you're struggling with pass protection anyway, and you have, right now your guy's Andy Dalton, right? He plays he is the perfect quarterback to play what your team gives him. Surround him with talent, right? So if he doesn't get any blocking, he's just not going to make any plays. So either one there, but yeah, sorry.
Okay, so
I made a pick. Let's go.
So Cosme going, and now we're up to 21, and it'll be my pick here for the Colts. And I think you get an edge player here. That's just my take. Obviously, you still got Leatherwood on the board. An offensive tackle would be nice. A cornerback would be nice as well. But for me, I'm taking Kwity Paye out of Michigan. That's gonna be my take right there. And he definitely reminds me of a guy kind of like, and you call me crazy, but for me, Kwity Paye reminds me of Justin Houston. Just a great edge player who could sub out for outside linebacker. And there's a ton of players that can do that, but just Justin Houston is the one that comes to mind most recently. So what you guys think about that pick?
I ain't mad at it. I would not be surprised if they go tackle here. Just to kind of continue to build that O-line. Carson Wentz is going to need it. But no, I like Kwity Paye right here too, man. I think they got to get some type of pressure on their division. I like the Kwity Paye pick.
Kwity Paye it is. Lock it in.
All right, so there we go. Kwity Paye coming off the board, 21. And we will go back over to Doc here for pick 22, and it'll be the Titans.
This is one I'm kind of torn on, man. I don't know, man. I can see a guy like Leatherwood, big body guy, for the run game. Isaiah Wilson didn't quite pan out for them. They try to get a tackle last year. But I can also see a guy like Elijah Moore out of Ole Miss. That kid is just a grinder, man. I like Elijah Moore too. Let me go with Elijah Moore, man. I think they got to figure something out before they coming out on the contract here. Put some pressure on him and get the pass game going and Samuel out too.
Okay, and I like Elijah Moore. I like taking a wide receiver here, but I like Bateman more than Moore. At this point, I'd rather have Bateman. And something to keep in mind here is Corey Davis and Jonnu Smith both gone in free agency, so really lacking in the receiver tight end realm.
That's right.
So I like Rashad Bateman.
He did that. I like Bateman a lot. I think he has the best hands in the draft. So we can go Bateman.
Farley on the board, super tempting. They need a cornerback. They trade away Adoree Jackson. Bateman's a great player. I think he's super underrated. I think he's going to be awesome. He can play and attack the middle of the field, right? You have your deep threat, the elite deep threat in Brown. Bateman can play in the slot. He's a bigger slot like Justin Jefferson, dude. Michael Thomas. I think he's going to have a great start to his NFL career.
Bateman dirty. I can get with that.
Okay.
Hey, the Jets, though. This is my pick, yeah?
Yeah, your pick.
The Jets. Caleb Farley falls into their lap, and they are ecstatic here. They need a cornerback, and I can say Caleb Farley, day one, will be the best corner on this roster, and that is saying something because this guy's only played corner for 1 year. That's the thing, is he is just so good at learning. He has such a high ceiling. I think that this is a great pick for the Jets, and it's a little risky, but when you have a coach like Solomon, it really helps to do that cover 3 Seattle defense where you say, hey, this is your job. You do it well, you don't got to worry about the rest. Boom, easy peasy, helps cornerbacks develop, help them come into the league, they don't get toasted. Caleb Farley's the pick.
And listen, no decision. I couldn't say anything different, man. You hit it right on the money. Doc, any final thoughts here, or you all go with the pick?
I do want to add to Caleb Farley. I know I talked about his injuries and stuff, but let's get him his credit. He is probably the best off-ball defender, cornerback in the draft. And like what people were talking about with the Seattle defense, he can run zone and lock down pretty much a top 10 wise talent in the draft. I think he can do that if he's going to a team like the Jets and they kind of use that team. And I really think that he can kind of be a day one starter there with the high ceiling for Caleb Farley.
Okay, and I was actually thinking maybe there's a chance you take a lineman here, but I think with a guy like Farley falling this low to you got to take him here. So Caleb Farley going off the board here at 23, and it'll move back to my pick here for 24. Now, for me, my pick here for Pittsburgh, I think you either need a cornerback or a running back are my top 2 positions here. And I'm actually going to go with the running back. I'm going to go with Najee Harris out of Alabama. That's going to be my pick. I will say also with the linebackers, with Parsons still being on the board, is very, very tempting here, I think, if you're Pittsburgh. But I think they take Harris simply because I think he's the most complete running back available to this point. And, yeah, I think he's done a lot of great things over at Alabama, and I think he's the pick right here.
Like that, man. That's I can't disagree with that one, man. I didn't think about it until now, but I really like that pick.
I've been seeing a lot of reports saying that they want Najee as well, so it's kind of hard not to pick him here. I mean, in my eyes, running backs 1, 2, and 3 are very close. I mean, Harris, Etienne, and Williams are all very close. I personally like Javonte Williams a lot, but Etienne's a home run hitter. Najee Harris is a guy who's going to get you 4 to 5 yards every carry, And with how that Steelers O-line is kind of decimated, you need a guy who's going to be consistent. And so I think Harris is such a good pickup here. And then you got to address O-line second round.
Okay.
He does it all.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think one of the most complete running backs in the draft. And if I'm correct, the first one off the board here, all the way down at 24, the first running back comes off. So not the greatest running back class. Now, this pick is going to go back over to Doc, and I just want to say something right here. Micah Parsons is falling past 20 in this mock.
It's crazy.
And it's something you can think about, and it's the same thing, whereas sometimes it's not about what you need, and it's more about the best player on the board. And I think any team, I'd say maybe from 14 and above, could end up taking Parsons just because he's the best player available. But for now, we're gonna go over to you, Doc. You got it. Your floor, man.
Actually, I think this is the team to do it. The Jaguars need a defensive tackle, so I can really see them taking the guy out of Washington. I don't want to butcher his name. The defensive tackle out of Washington, I can see them taking him, but out of need. But I see them going Michael Parsons just based off of how the Jaguars drafting. Real life, they like to become splash players, big athletic guys. I can definitely see Michael Parsons going to the Jags, kind of contributing there as a gadget player.
Agreed. Let's lock it in. I like it.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna lock it in. Just one last thing I want to talk about. He did bring up the idea of a defensive tackle, and I think if Parsons isn't on the board here, you go with Christian Barmore out of Alabama. I think he's definitely the pick if Parsons goes a little earlier, but you can't give up a guy who's supposed to go in the top 15 at 25. So Parsons is the pick. Heading back over to Evo here for the Cleveland Browns, pick number 26.
Yeah, a super quick note on Barmore is I've been seeing a lot of reports saying that he's going to go a lot sooner than we think. A lot of people, interior line is not super important. Barmore is a pass rusher on the inside, not the best run stopper, so you're going to have a team that kind of schemes around him. So he's going to be super interesting to see where he goes in the draft. But the Browns here...
Real quick, because I know I'm a family guy. I don't want to hear from my guys, but Barmore, I think, is the top DC player. I think the guy from Washington is going to fit the team with the Jags better. Yeah, I really see Barmore going way ahead of 625 anyway. The length of his arms, the athleticism, I think Barmore is the guy. Just put that out there.
So you'd say he's like pretty awesome, and you like him a lot. Because I think that the Cleveland Browns would also agree with you. I think Christian Barmore would be amazing. You pair him with Myles Garrett, and you pair him with Clowney. That'd be insane. I know edge could be need of the future, but I mean, man, if you could have that as your D line, Christian Barmore replaces the gap of I think it was who's the D tackle they just released to get Clowney? Sheldon something.
Sheldon Richardson?
Yeah. See, they just released a D tackle. I think Barmore's a pick here, dude. I think that would make that D line insanely nasty.
All right. For me personally, I'm going with the edge rusher here, and I'm going Joe Tyron out of Washington. For me, I like the pick of a defensive tackle, but I really like Joe Tyron out of Washington. He's a great player off the edge, and he could drop into coverage as well, just kind of an all-around defensive end / outside linebacker. So it would be my pick, but I think it's similar to the Parsons situation that we spoke about, where if Barmore is still on the board, I think you take him here. So I'll rock with your pick here. I'm gonna rock with Christian Barmore.
Lock Barmore in. That's the guy right there.
All right, so Barmore coming off the board at 26, and like Doc said, this guy could go a lot earlier than that. But nonetheless, we're going to move over my way. Pick number 27 here. And for me, there's a lot of things that the Ravens can take here, a lot of availability for some positions they need. But I am going with Trayvon Moehrig out of TCU. And listen, the way I see it, the Ravens, obviously they had Earl Thomas for a little bit, but since they won that Super Bowl and Ed Reed has left, the team has really lacked a true ball-hawking safety, and I think Moehrig is the guy you need. I think he's the best safety in the draft, and he's a clear leader, and he just kind of has a knack for getting to the ball. And I believe, if I remember correctly, 19 pass breakups over the last 2 seasons, which is a pretty good amount for a safety. So I think definitely the best safety on the board, and I think they get their ball-hawk safety back at pick 27.
Moehrig is the man. This is actually where I had Baltimore getting the receivers. It's actually where I had Bateman dropping. It's kind of where I had Elijah going to Tennessee, the team. But I think Bateman can be a number 1 receiver in Baltimore if they would drop that far. But you can't argue with Moore, man. That kid is flash. He's all over the field and kind of still answer where it was coming. So, really agree with that, man. Let's go more.
I do think something that I was considering, right? They just traded Brown for that first. If you look at the next 3 picks, you have the Saints, the Packers, and the Bills. None of those teams need safety. The Bills do need pass rush, right? And so you need an edge rusher and a safety. So I think they take their edge rusher here, their edge rusher of choice, and I would probably go Jason Owe. Insanely powerful, a freak in nature. I'm pretty sure he ran like a 4.38, right?
He did run a pretty quick 40 for an edge rusher.
Yeah, with how they develop edge and just the raw power this guy has, I think they take Owe so that way the Bills don't, and then they pick up Moehrig with their second pick. But I mean, Moehrig is a great player. So, yeah, you gotta love it, too.
I think you did think into that. I didn't think that far into it, and I think I agree. All 3 of those teams not in need of a safety, of course. The Saints have Marcus Williams. We got Adrian Amos over there in Green Bay, and then, of course, Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer over in Buffalo. So teams with some good safeties. No need for them there. So I'm going to rock with you. We're going to go Jason Owe on this pick, and obviously we'll see Moehrig go a little bit later.
I agree. Moehrig is a stud. He's going to do so well.
So
that defense is going to be so good.
There you go. I like Owe. I think Penn State is becoming, athlete youth. The kid is a freak of nature, along with Michael Parsons. So really like Owe.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Doc, we're going right back to you here for pick 28.
Oh man, this is tough. Where I can see Kevin Moore going to, even though he said that they don't need safety. David Collins, man, out of Tulsa, is kind of one that I can see going. I know they still got David for a while longer. I think David Collins can slide in, or if not, take over.
So wait, what was the pick, Doc? My bad, I didn't hear you.
David Collins.
Okay. So me personally, I was also going with a linebacker, and I was actually gonna go with Jamin Davis out of Kentucky. I really liked him as well. But I think a cornerback could also come off the board here. If Greg Newsome wants to come off the board, that could definitely be a pick as well. But I definitely like Zaven Collins here, and I think a lot of people are expecting him to go off the board a little bit earlier. So I think for him still being here, and obviously it's a needed position here. So I like the pick for Zaven Collins.
Do it. Lock it in. Ooh, I like that too. I like that for the next team picking too. Ooh, makes me so happy. Okay.
All right, so moving over here, going back to Evo for pick 29, Green Bay Packers. What do you got?
You look at Aaron Rodgers and how he doesn't have any weapons. Well, you know what? That's going to continue because I see Greg Newsome on the board, and I say, yes, Kevin King doesn't have to be on the field. Let's take him. This guy is a stud. He has the potential. He has the potential to be insane, dude. Greg Newsome shows so many good flashes. I am so excited that he fell here because cornerback is such a need. So I think you got to go cornerback here, wide receiver in the second round.
Okay, well, yeah, I was thinking wide receiver here as well, but for me, with the wide receivers left, really, the best guy really here, as you can see right there, Elijah Moore, Kadarius Toney, one of those guys. I don't think it's worth it to take one of those guys this early, so I like the pick right there. I think get Greg Newsome off the board. The man, like you said, is a beast. He's an athletic freak, and I think that's definitely the move.
I mean, him with Jair, like, wait, we might actually have a defense that stops people. Oh my goodness, just don't run the ball.
Love it.
All right, so we're all good here. So Greg Newsome going at number 29, and we're getting down to the final three picks here. And we'll start off with me going here at number 30, Buffalo Bills. And this is a tough pick right here. Now, I really think the Bills want to get an defensive end or an edge rusher. And I see Joe Tyrant sitting there. And I'm really tempted to call it right there and say they're going to get him. But there's still some other guys here that I could still see them taking as well. Elijah Moore, I could see them still taking. But they got some good receivers, so I don't like that. My pick here, get the edge rusher. I like Joe Tyrant out of Washington.
Yeah, I like the pick, man. I like that pick. If this was Madden, I would love to see Etienne go right here.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Tyron is that's the move. I think Tyron trying with gonna see Smoking Joe go to the Buffalo Bills. I like that.
Joe Tryon, good pick.
Okay.
Sleeper though, I would say Melifonwu, the cornerback from Syracuse. He was a baller. Kind of on the same type of Caleb Farley, very physical. Guy that can play off ball. I wouldn't be surprised to see Melifonwu go there too, but either one of those two, or Melifonwu.
Okay. All right, so going back over here to Evo for pick 31.
Yeah, so this
my apologies. It is Doc. My bad on that one.
Oh no, I wanted the easy pick. Okay.
Going to Doc, and Doc, you got the easy pick here.
I think we're gonna agree. I think Trayvon Moore. Trayvon Moore.
We already spoke about him. I don't think there's any dispute here.
Baltimore is going to continue to be the number one team picked in all Madden 23 drafts. They're going to have all that speed, but we'll go with that.
All right, so the final pick here, Tampa Bay Super Bowl champions to get the final pick here in the first round, and it goes to Evo. Evo, what you thinking?
So this pick, I was debating either Travis Etienne because it's a luxury pick. You get a great running back. You get a guy who can catch out of the backfield. Brady loves that. I think that would work really well with that offense. And then the other one I was juggling was Gregory Rousseau. Very high upside player, needs developed. But here's the thing. You can sit behind JPP and Shaq Barrett. You know what I mean? Like, you have edge rushers. He can come in on a rotation. He can learn a lot. JPP's gone after this year. So those two I was really debating behind. I kind of want to get your guys' takes on what you think the Bucs would do before. Because I'm just so tough. I'm stuck right in the middle between Russo and ECN.
Okay. Doc, you can go first.
I like that. I think at 32 they're gonna do something that makes everybody yawn, but I can see him going with an edge rusher here for sure. So I like Russo. I also have my eye on Clayton Turner from Houston. I think that he has good technique off the edge that can kind of help out in Tampa Bay. But Russo, I like Russo too. Guys from Miami. Let's go with that.
All right, so Russo will be the pick. I just wanted to say my pick here would have been Landon Dickerson. I like the idea of taking another defensive lineman right here. But, hey, man, I'm okay. I'm okay with Russo. Let me find him here. Where you at, Russo? Did I pass him? I might have passed him.
3 on the field.
There he is. Okay. So that is going to do it for this first round, man. We are all done with this one. So you could take a quick look here. I'll scroll down slowly just for anyone who wants to take a quick review. Check out all the picks we took. And I think the craziest thing we had was Kyle Pitts dropping to 12. Was just out of this world that we had him dropping that far. But, hey, man, nonetheless, it was a great time, man. Doc, any last words here?
Oh, man, this is a great show, man. I had fun. I appreciate you guys, helping out on this one. Big shout out to Evo. Big shout out to PG. You guys are doing good things in the Madden community, man. So it's been cool to see you guys go. I'm kind of from a consumer standpoint at this point. I'm just kind of laid back. You guys do the thing, man. So it's been an honor to have you guys on. Good job. Had fun.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and I appreciate you having me on, and I'm sure Evo will say the same. And hey, man, it's definitely been a lot of fun, and I'm excited, man. If y'all didn't know already, NFL Draft starts up Thursday, April 29th, and we'll see how accurate these picks are, man.
Good work, guys. That was fun. Thanks for talking some ball, man. Take care.
All right, no doubt about it. It's been your boy CG, Doc, and Evo, and we are out. Peace.